The other day, I was reading 1 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 28, or I came across verse 28, and I just had to kind of stop dead in my tracks as I was reading this verse. And in fact, I've read it several times since then, trying to put myself in this particular scene in the Bible, in history, if you will. You see, it's a piece of history where King David is bringing the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. It reads, 1 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 28, it reads, "Thus all Israel brought up the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord with shouting and with the sound of ram's horns and with trumpets and with cymbals, making a noise with lyres and harps." Again, I stopped dead in my tracks as I read that. And as I continue to read that, the more I read that, the more I begin to get a picture here. Really, one word comes to mind when talking about Israel bringing this Ark of the Covenant up to Jerusalem, and the type of worship they were having as they were doing so. That word would be passion. They were passionate in their worship of God as they brought the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. So I just have a simple devotional thought for you today. Are you that passionate for God? Is your worship to God filled with passion? Or does it lack passion? You see, the Israelites understood at this moment in time, as they were bringing the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem, what that represented. It represented God in all of His glory. And thus they became passionate about worshiping God on this particular travel, on this particular day or days, as they were bringing the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. So I wonder, when you worship God, are you worshiping Him out of a place for passion for Him as your Creator, as your Father, as your Daddy? I wonder, as you think about God at this very moment, does passion come to mind? Are you passionate about thinking about God, about worshiping God? And if the answer is yes, then I hope that you are showing that and showing others just how passionate you are for God and how passionate you are to worship your God, your Creator, your Father, your Abba, your Daddy. And if passion doesn't come to mind, yet that's what you want when you want to think about that, and you want to come to a place of passion, or from a place of passion for God in your worship to Him, then ask Him. Pray to God that you would receive that type of passion that we see here in 1 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 28. May we all be passionate for the things of God. May we all be passionate in our worship to God.